What's good, gamers? Welcome back to Fizzy MTG once again, guys. We're going to be breaking into another one of these here. Oh, this one's going to be a little complicated. This one might be a little complicated because, one, I think I've played this deck one time, and I don't remember. I think it did really well, way better than I thought, but at the same time, this is a little weird. So, we're going to count out the lands, but we're going to read the lands first. So we'll come back to count out the lands. So we've got a Zoetic or Zotic, I don't know how to say it, Cavern. Tap, add 1 to your mana pool, and it's got Morph for 2. You may play this face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up at any time for its Morph cost, which is 2. Yes, we got a Standard Forest. I'll just stack all the lands. Yeah, we got a snow-covered island. You guys might be like, what the heck? What the heck is going on? We got an island. We got a snow-covered mountain. We got a snow-covered swamp. We've got a plains. We've got Crawling Barrens. Tap, add 1 colorless. Pay 4. Put 2 1/1 counters on Crawling Barrens. Then you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature until the end of turn. It's still a land. Very nice. We've got a Tyrite Sanctum. At tap, add 1 colorless. Pay 2. Tap. Target legendary creature becomes a god in addition to its other types. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Pay 4. Tap. Sacrifice Tyrite Sanctum. Put an indestructible counter on target god. Very interesting. We've got a Lava Glide Pathway, and yes, there is a reason. I know this is the back, guys. I am aware that this is the back of the card, but I have it this way because of reasons. But you can play either side. Tap for red mana. Pretty cool. And then we've got a Grim Climb Pathway, which taps for black mana. Pretty cool. We got a mountain. We got a snow-covered plains. We've got a Flooded Grove, which you can tap for 1 colorless or pay a blue or a green. Tap, add 2 blue, 2 green, or a green and a blue. It's very interesting. And then this should be the other side of that red card, I believe. Blightstep Pathway, which taps for black. We got a Faceless Haven. Tap for 1 snow mana. And you can pay 3 snow mana. Faceless Haven becomes a 4/3 creature with vigilance and all creature types until the end of turn. It's still a land. Very interesting. We've got a Mistgate Pathway, which taps for blue mana. We've got Wastes, which is colorless, which is kind of interesting. Colorless basic. We've got a Clear Water Pathway. We've got a Hingegate Pathway. We've got a Snow-Covered Forest. We've got a Blink Moth Nexus, which taps for colorless, or you can pay 1. Blink Moth Nexus becomes a 1/1 Blink Moth artifact creature with flying until the end of turn. It's still a land. Pay 1 and tap. Target Blink Moth creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. We got a Scrap Heap. Whenever an artifact or that I believe is the lands. Yes. All right. So we're gonna go through and count the lands now, real quick, just so you guys know how much lands we got in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So a little bit heavier than I would normally go in a lot of cases, but you see some of these lands will become creatures. So, and there's probably a reason to have all of those lands, at least most of them. Some of them probably I was just like, that land's cool, I'm going to put it in. Scrap Heap, whenever an artifact or enchantment is put into your graveyard from play, gain 1 life. Weapon Rack. This is a pretty cool little thing here. Weapon Rack enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it. Tap, move a 1/1 counter from Weapon Rack onto target creature. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So activate only as a sorcery. We got a Gargoyle Sentinel. You guys are probably starting to see kind of what this deck is about here. Mostly, I believe it is entirely colorless. Like as far as like the creature costs at least. Defender. This creature can't attack until pay 3 until the end of turn. Gargoyle Sentinel loses Defender and gains flying. Pretty nice. Mantis Engine. Pay 2. Mantis Engine gains flying until the end of turn, or pay 2. Mantis Engine gains first strike until the end of turn, and both of those can be paid individually, which is pretty cool. Shambling Suit's power is Shambling Suit's power is equal to the number of artifacts or enchantments you control. That's one of the cards I think I built around. And this card I actually really liked. Again, a lot of these have. This is kind of a complex deck in a lot of ways. Maybe you guys don't think so. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just too new, I guess. Modular 2. This creature enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. When it dies, you may put its 1/1 counters on target artifact creature. Tap, sacrifice an artifact, search your library for a construct card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. So, very useful. We've got another one of these JM Day tomes. Jam Day? I don't know how you say that. JM Day? Jam Day tomes. You pay 4, tap, draw a card. That's what it does. Scroll of the Masters. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on Scroll of the Masters. Pay 3, tap, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each lore counter on Scroll of the Masters. Primal Clay. As Primal Clay enters the battlefield, it becomes your choice of 3/3 artifact creature, a 2/2 artifact creature with flying, or a 1/6 wall artifact creature with defender in addition to its other types. So, kind of mold it to what you need. Bottle Gnomes. Sacrifice Bottle Gnomes, you gain 3 life. These guys are just cool, very useful. Lithoform Engine. Let's see. Let me get this a little closer here where I can read this a little better. Pay 2, tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Pay 3, tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Or pay 4 and tap, copy target permanent spell you control. So you can definitely see how this card could be very useful in, honestly, lots of decks, I'm sure. Arcbound Hybrid, it's got haste and modular 2, so it gets, comes in with the +1/+1s. Another Gargoyle Sentinel. We've got a Hypocrisite, I think that's how you say that. Hypocrisite enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it if you didn't cast it from your hand. So that's kind of interesting. Whenever it dies, exile it with 3 time counters on it, and it gains Suspend. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from the... Remove a time counter from it. It doesn't even say from it, just says remove a time counter. When the last is removed, cast this card without paying its mana cost. It has haste. Guys, I can read, but sometimes I can't read. Alright, there we go. Manifold Key. Pay 1, tap, untap another target artifact. Pay 3, tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Very useful. Theron Temporal Gateway. Pay 4 and tap. You may put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. So, yes. Mage Ring Responder. I really like this card when I built this deck, and I don't exactly remember what it does. Mage Ring Responder doesn't untap during your untap step. Pay 7 to untap Mage Ring Responder. Whenever Mage Ring Responder attacks, it deals 7 damage to target creature defending player controls. So, yeah. Very interesting. Gem of Becoming, and you can see why I would have that key in there for the Mage Ring Responder, because, 7 drop, 7, 7 untap. No, I think I'll untap him with something else. Pay 3, tap, sacrifice, Gem of Becoming, I think is what that is, yes. Search your library for an island card, a swamp card, and a mountain card. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Maul of the Skyclaves. I actually really like this card too. When Maul of Skyclaves enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Crypt creature has +2/+2 and has flying and first strike. Why is that? Tell me why this is not a good card, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Okay. Ring of Thune. Equipped creature has vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature if it's white. So, interesting. Kraken's Eye. Whenever a player casts a blue spell, you may gain 1 life. Very nice. Bonehorde Living Weapon. We know what that does from a previous deck, but we'll read it just in case you haven't seen that video. Living Weapon enters with the battlefield when it enters the battlefield, you create a 0/0 black germ creature token and attach this to it. Equipped creature gets plus X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. So that can be very useful. Awakened Amalgam's power and toughness are equal to the number of differently named lands you control. That's why pretty much every land in this deck is different. So, if you guys were wondering, what the crap is up with that weird land base, that be why. Chimeric Mass. Chimeric Mass enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it. Pay 1 until the end of turn. Chimeric Mass becomes a construct artifact creature with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of charge counters on it. So yeah, interesting. It's interesting, and you cast it for X. So I was like, wait, where's X? But then I saw it was the mana cost. Angel's Feathers. Whenever a player casts a white spell, you may gain 1 life. So this is just depending on who you're playing against mostly. I know probably are better cards that could go in here instead, but sometimes I kind of like to have that stuff. Plus, I know kind of what my players like in my group kind of use. Mithra's Self-Replicator. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Mithra's Self-Replicator. Oh, shoot. There we go. Ring of Valkaz. Equipped creature has haste. Let's see. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature if it's red, and equip for 1. So it's like, wait a minute, what does that call? But there's no red. There's all colorless. Does that even matter? I don't know. Probably not, but I put it in here anyway. This is a Haunted Guardian with Defender and First Strike. Just, simple, cool card. Anvil Wrought Raptor, flying First Strike, 2/1. Interesting. Crystalline Giant, 3-drop, 3/3. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, choose a counter at random that Crystalline Giant doesn't have from among Flying, First Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, Vigilance, and +1/+1. Put a counter of that kind on Crystalline Giant. So this guy can eventually, I believe, he can get all of those, which is kind of insane. Tormod's Crypt, this is just good for graveyards. Tap, sacrifice Tormod's Crypt, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Can be very useful. Stonecoil Serpent is just a solid little card here. Reach, trample, protection from multicolored. Stonecoil Serpent enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it, so you just, make them as big as you can. Chronomaton. Pay 1, tap, put a 1/1 counter on Chronomaton. Silent Dart, pay 4 and tap, sacrifice Silent Dart. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Can be very useful. Another one of those boys. And Scuttlemutt. Let's see. Add 1 mana of any color. Target creature becomes the color or colors of your choice until the end of turn. So that actually could make our rings work. So pretty interesting. And another Shambling Suit. And that's this deck, guys. It's a little complicated. It's a little weird. It's probably not the best, but this was sort of my first attempt at making an artifacts deck. Kind of making a full colorless, just kind of go nuts, having some fun. What do you guys think? Did I do okay? Did I do a crappy job? How would you guys have done it? Do you have any recommendations for sort of good build-around ideas for maybe this theme of deck so I can build another one and then show you guys with the lessons I have learned from you guys in the comments? Because that would be sick. Maybe we'll do a build challenge. What do you guys think of challenge videos? We're going to be doing some soon. Hopefully that's kind of what I want to work up to eventually, is doing some build challenges where you guys can like see, and we'll do things a little differently than kind of the setup we've got here. But I definitely want you guys to be able to, kind of see more stuff and get in on it and be like, all right, what about this card? And, we'll go through it together. It'll be super fun. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. Please comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you guys want to see. Consider subscribing. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.